In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build your own WordPress plugins, and you only need these two tools. So the first tool is the one you can see right here, and that is WordPress Local or Local WordPress, localwp.com. Download it, completely free, and this just allows you to run WordPress locally on your machine, and it gives you a local host URL that you can access and view it in real time. So this stops you from breaking any existing sites. Don't test on a live site, just get WordPress Local and create an instance that you can use for this. So I'm going to start a new site just so I can show the process from the beginning. So you've got create a new site, or you can install an existing site from your zip file. I'm going to name it plugin test. Advanced options, you can choose the location you want it to be, and keep an eye on this because you're going to need this for the next step. So the local site domain is plugintest.local, and this is the folder it's going to be in, but if you want to change it, you can. So I'm going to put that aside because I do need that for later, and continue. So here I'm just going to click preferred. I'm not going to change my environment. It's running PHP 8.129 and MySQL version 8016. And you're going to set your username and password. So this is going to be plugin test and password 1. And in advanced options, you've got, is this a WordPress multi-site? Yes, no. No, we'll leave that. And it's given us an email address. I'm probably not going to need any of these because I'll be able to reset access from my desktop. So that's all done, and our site is ready to go. You can access the site folder from here as well. If you click on this, it's going to bring it up. So this is what the folder looks like. App, public, and then all of your WordPress documents are in there. So I'll put this aside for later because we're going to need the plugin folder. So I'm going to go straight over to WordPress admin. That's opened up in a new tab. We can test out our login details. Alright, so now that we've got our local WordPress site up, we're going to start making our plugin. So I'm going to put this aside for now and bring in the tool we are using to build the plugin, and this is Windsurf. So Windsurf allows you to create a number of different things. Typically people are using it to create SaaS tools and websites, but you can use it to create Chrome extensions, plugins, and anything to do with code, you name it, you can create it. So I've already tested this and I'm going to make one from scratch. So I'm going to try to create a WordPress plugin that creates and generates Pinterest pins for specific blog posts. So let's see how this goes. So create a WordPress plugin. We can also make sure it works for this newest version of WordPress just to be safe. So we've got version 6.7.1. I don't know if that's the newest, I can't keep up. So create a WordPress plugin version 6.7.1 and above that generates AI images using OpenAI DALL-E 3. I'm sure there are better models now, but nonetheless, create a WordPress plugin that generates AI images using OpenAI, that generates Pinterest pins. Pinterest pins using AI images using OpenAI DALL-E 3 AI images. And stores and compresses them and attaches them to blog posts for social sharing. I could also get it to maybe schedule. We should also be able to schedule. We should also be able to schedule the pins and do all the wonderful Pinterest things to grow our site at scale. All right, so this is my prompt. I'm going to copy this and send it over. I didn't actually tell it what folder I wanted to do it in, so let's see what it does. Okay, it's going to make it in Cascade Projects, WP, Pinterest AI Pins. It's given it its own name. Do I want to go with it? Do I want to give it another name? Doesn't matter, accept. So this folder is the folder we're going to, of course, have on our WordPress site once it's filled it in. And the good thing about using local WP is that you can test it in real time. So you're definitely going to break your site, but because it's local, you can just go into the folder, you can talk to the data in Windsurf, and then you can see it reflected on your site. So let's accept this. So it's following best practices. It's got all the lovely things in the PHP, and you could put your name, and so I'm going to put my name in there. You can also have the change log. It will do all of this stuff for you. So there's my name, Ariel. Yeah, you know me. Tab. You can hit tab. If it makes a suggestion, you can hit tab and it's going to move over and put that information in. We've got automatically generate pins using OpenAI DALL-E 3 with scheduling and social sharing capabilities. And then we've got the plugin URL, which we don't have. We're just going to put bulk publishing.ai / Pinterest AI pins, Pinterest AI pin generator. But knowing me, we would do bulk. There we go. Oh, bulk. Okay, we'll go with that then. That's absolutely fine. Bulk publishing Pinterest AI pin generator. All right, so we've got that. We've got this stuff here, which is all kinds of WordPress plugin stuff. And it also wants to do some more things. So now let's create the core plugin class that will handle the main functionality. Let's go. As you can see, there are no plugins currently installed here. So once we move this over to the folder, it will be our first plugin, and we can see, okay, we've got an internal error. It might be my account limitations. I'm going to just do that for it so it knows where we are. I apologize for the interruption. Let's continue creating the core plugin structure. I'll create the main plugin class file. All right. So it's doing all the things. So it says, now let's create the Pinterest client class for managing pins. Now let's create the image handler class for processing and compressing images. So you won't need to use short pixel or any kind of pixel compression. It will do it within the tool. I don't know how we are able to do such things, but image compression is something I've told it to add, and it's going to add it. It's going to always find the libraries and the frameworks, and it's going to put them in and do the things you need them to do. But that doesn't mean it's magic. There are sometimes issues, and we're going to see that in a moment, because it looks like it's successfully creating all the things we need. We've got admin views. We've got all kinds of things that we've not thought about or we've not told it to do. And then when we go and put it on the site, we might just get an internal error. So we'll wait for that, but then once we know what the error is, WordPress is very good with error logging, and we can take that error and give it back to Windsurf, which is just going to fix it. So you keep iterating. So we've got the settings, we've got the dashboard, we've got the image handler, the Pinterest client, the OpenAI client. So we're going to add our API key. I'm sure it's going to suggest we add it in the front end of the site. We've got Meta Box because I've told it to follow all the best practices. And now it's creating the CSS for styling the interface. So I didn't have to tell it all of these things. I told it what I wanted. I told it to follow best practices, and that's exactly what it's doing. And as you can see at the top here, it's creating all of the different files. So we can save them all in the end, but I'm going to save them as we go. So we've got the admin CSS, we've got the code for the meta box, we've got the readmes just popped up, which is awesome. So this is what I was mentioning We're going to do that because it's changed the name. So we've got the bulk publishing Pinterest AI pins generator. We've got the description, and then we've got the features. It tells you what it can do, tells you about scheduling, tracking performance in analytics. Didn't ask it to do that, but thank you. Bulk pin generation and scheduling, user-friendly interface integrated into WordPress, post editor. Awesome. Dashboard with pin statistics and management. So this gives you ideas, even if it doesn't successfully build these out in one go. These give you ideas that you can iterate on to build this. It's got installation guide, configuration. So you'll need your OpenAI API key, where to put that, and so on. So I'm going to save this file, and again down here it says 6 files need review. You can save them all in one go, but because I'm just running through them, I just want to run through all of these, so I'm going to go through them individually. So we've got the settings, PHP, and we've got the dashboard, image handler, see where it says anything about compression. We've got the width and whatnot. It's got the Pinterest dimensions, pin dimensions here, Pinterest recommended aspect ratios. Awesome. I'm going to save that. And Pinterest client access token. So we will need to connect to the Pinterest API. So I've never done that before. I've used a Pinterest plugin before where I've used the session ID or the cookie, I can't remember what it was. It's the session ID or something that you get from the console, which is not a recommended method. But if it proves quite difficult trying to connect to the API, then that will be the backup method. So I'm going to save that, and I think that is that all of the files. No, we've got this one, and plugin PHP, the main plugin file. And I think we are good to go. So it says to use the plugin, install it in your WordPress plugins directory, configure your API keys in the settings page, open it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to that folder that we found that we put together earlier. So here we go. Here's the plugin test folder, and we are going to put it in WP content and plugins. So nothing is in here. This is the folder we're going to put the folder in. We don't need the zip file because we're going to put the folder right in. So I'm going to make a new folder in here. You could just go out and copy this entire folder in, but I'm going to just make one because I don't want to go into my directory. So WP Pinterest AI pins. And then we're going to drag all of these into the folder. Oops, I didn't want to move them. I just want to copy them. Right, so that's our plugin. And now if we want to be able to update this in real time, we're going to need to open this exact folder in Windsurf. So you can't continue to edit this one because now this is a completely separate file to this one. So I don't want to confuse myself. I'm going to close this one. This is what we've copied it from. And this one is located within the live test site environment. So back in Windsurf, I'm going to come out of here and I'm going to open the exact folder for the plugin. And that's in local site, plugin test, app, public, WP content, plugins. And here, so we're going to open this now, save all, that's fine. And now we are in the plugin. So everything we do is going to be reflected in the live test site that we've got here. So I'm going to move this aside for now. And we're going to refresh. And there we have our Pinterest pin. So just a heads up, when I hit activate, it may break the site, it may not. Let's give it a try. Okay, it activated immediately, and it's very fast because there's nothing else on the server and it's local. So let's see, we've got the Pinterest logo, we've got Pinterest AI pins, generate, schedule pins, analytics, and settings. Let's go to settings. Now it wants our OpenAI API key, it wants our Pinterest access token, and it even tells us where we can go to get it, which is amazing. Let's click on that. correct directory. So here we go, create your new developer account. Awesome. And Pinterest board ID, so enter the ID of the Pinterest board you want to publish pins. So of course you want to have your Pinterest account already set up, but again, this is just to show the plugin. It's not necessarily to get this Pinterest thing set up, but this is quite cool. So I would put my OpenAI API key in. It tells me I can go and get it from here. I'm going to find one, and let's hope it's also put that security in, so when I paste it, it just shows asterisks instead of the actual code. So let's see. There we go. Yes, perfect. All right, so I'm going to save these settings. Cool. I don't have an access token, but it shouldn't stop us from generating. So when I click on this, I've got Pinterest AI pins, total pins generated, scheduled pins, published pins. We've got generate. Okay, so here we have our first error. So again, I'm just going to take this exact text, error text, and I'm going to give this to Windsurf. So I'm going to say I have this error, and I'm also going to tag the folder just in case. I'll tag this one, so copy path, and I'll just paste that here so it knows we're working in this folder. And let's see what it does. Let's see if it fixes it for us. Okay, so it seems to have come up with some fixes. So let me help you debug this error. The error indicates that your WordPress plugin is trying to include a file that doesn't exist. Okay, so it would have created that. So I see the issue. The error occurs because generatepins.php is missing in the admin view directory. Let me create this file with the necessary code, and that's exactly what it's done for me. I'm going to save that. And let's see if there's anything else. All right, that should have fixed it. Yeah, and it fixed it. So that's what you do to iterate as you get issues. And I think it's so much easier to do this than when you have a live site, because WordPress tells you everything that is wrong. It gives you the line, it gives you everywhere there's an error, and then you can give that to Windsurf. So we've got pin title, let's see, pin description, image. Let's just test this out. So pin title, let's see, computer developer, a dude sitting at the computer typing. Image prompt. Oh, okay, I thought that was the, okay, let's see. Okay, nothing happened. That means it's not generating the pin. So I go back to our good friend Windsurf and say, when I click generate pin, is that the button? When I click generate pin, nothing happens. And that's going to look at why that might be the case and see, oh, I see the issue. The form submission isn't being handled. So what we have here is it's built the framework. It understands exactly what we want to do, but then every little thing needs to be tested and again built out so it all works. So you definitely don't want to just click generate and then send your WordPress plugin out into the world. You want to go through every single detail. So right here we've got another issue. It's not stopping the site from working, which is cool, but I will, once this one's done, I'll go through and I will copy and paste this and keep working through it. Analytics, same thing. So it looks like it's just built the wireframe of it, and then we can go in and then just make it how we want it and change the styling and all of those kinds of things. So it's generated this page. I'm gonna make sure that gets saved. And it's also created this class pin generator. So if I go back over here, let's try that again. I don't have that in my clipboard anymore. Pin generated successfully. So it says it has, I can't see that. I can't see an image. So I'm going to take that back to it and say, let's accept that. It says, oh, no, not that, sorry. It says, pin generated successfully, but nothing. Is the image, let me give it the option. Where is the image supposed to go. And also I thought this was supposed to generate the images in the post menu. So let's see if it's done that for us. So if we go to create a post or go to edit hello world, let's see if it's given us the ability to add these pins from the edit screen, and I think it will have. So let me just save these files it's creating. So it says, you're right, we need to integrate with DALL-E to actually generate the image. Let me add the OpenAI integration to generate the image from the prompt. Okay, cool. So right here in the post edit, you can see it has indeed added it as an option, so you can generate them within the content, but it's not working at the moment. As you can see over here, it's trying to build this functionality out, and it's created some more files, edited some more files, and I can try it now to see. Again, because it's all being updated in real time, it just makes it so much easier. Computer developer, is it going to do it? Looks like it's stuck. Okay, it did it. This is not the size, but this looks like we can schedule. So can I pick a date? Awesome. And schedule. But of course it's going to tell me I can't do it because I don't have my Pinterest account set up. So yeah, don't know what it wants to do with that. But this is cool. That's been less than 30 minutes. It's taken me less than 30 minutes to build this. I'm gonna head back over here and give it this error to fix. So again, it's just the case of having a missing file. So it builds out the framework, and then you have to go through and make sure everything is working. So it understands that what the schedule is because it understands the wider scope of the project, and then it said it's done a form to schedule the pins, drop down to select from generated pins, date picker, Pinterest board, input field, a bunch of other things following best practices. And I've hired people to build plugins before, and I was unable to convey all of these small details, and this is what this allows you to do. Access the scheduled pins page, see a form. Okay, we're going to accept that, so it should save all of these files. And when I refresh on schedule, there we go, we've got our schedule. So this is pretty much the process. Again, you need the two tools. You've got WordPress Local, which is completely free, and then you've got Windsurf, which is free, and then $15 or $60. So if you found this video useful, please drop a comment. It helps the algorithm. Like and subscribe for more just like this.